everyone. Welcome to Michelle on the Money. We are looking at the big stories impacting your wallet in the bi-state, from business to consumer news. We are starting with the Rams settlement money, infrastructure, and childcare come out the big winners. St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones is moving forward with a plan to use a big portion on infrastructure, which you can see right there, which at one point was St. Louisans' #1 choice on how to spend that money. $40 million will go towards fixing water infrastructure, $60 million will go to streets and sidewalks, $70 million will go to buying and repairing homes, and then $30 million will go to city businesses and nonprofits. That adds up to the first $200 million. Now, St. Louis City also plans to spend the other $77 million on affordable child care options, job training for high schoolers, and also raises for city workers. Last Friday, the Board of Aldermen president promised more clarity to come.
You'll see a lot more specifics on how funds are being spent and who is spending them, and the mechanisms for holding those funds until they are spent.
The plan is to also have a board appointed by the mayor to oversee each fund. Well, get this, a Metro East woman has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the maker of Sleep Number beds. In the lawsuit filed in St. Louis County, the plaintiff alleges the adjustable frame of her mother's Sleep Number bed lowered without warning. The mother was left trapped between the bed and a wall inside her Godfrey home for 2 days back in March of 2023. She died a month later. The lawsuit seeks an unspecified amount of money for medical bills and for suffering. Right now, we want to give a reminder to stay safe while getting gas at the pump. St. Louis police are now searching for several people who stole vehicles or items from vehicles while the driver was getting gas. So investigators are now working on more than a dozen cases involving thefts at gas stations. Police say the thieves drive up next to a person pumping gas and slip into the unlocked car. Now, if the keys are inside, they just take off or they steal valuables.
Turn off your car, secure your car, lock your car, keep things out of plain view. If you have a purse, wear it with you. Don't keep it in the car.
Some good advice there. St. Louis police say 39% of vehicles stolen this year, the key or the fob was actually left inside, and in 9% of the cases, the vehicle was still running. Commanders have adjusted patrol plans and strategies to increase police presence in the neighborhoods where this all happened. There's also a new effort to eliminate the state income tax in Missouri. Lawmakers will introduce a bill when the new legislative session gets underway next month. Supporters say it's about making Missouri competitive by recruiting more workers to the state.
We're trying to make Missouri is the best place that it can be to raise a family, to start a business, to have it, to find a job. But we're also competing against surrounding states. We're competing against the rest of the country. We're competing against the entire globe.
Well, if it's passed, a Missourian making $50,000 a year would eventually see an annual savings of about $2,300. Also, national lawmakers are still keeping a very close eye on TikTok as the company asks a federal appeals court to temporarily stop a law that would ban it from the U.S. Last week, the appeals court upheld the rule, requiring TikTok to be sold from its Chinese parent company ByteDance. Now, if it's not sold, the app will be banned in the U.S. starting on January 19th. TikTok also asked the Supreme Court to review the case. It has about 170 million users in the country. Stellantis is issuing a recall now, affecting more than 315,000 trucks because of a brake issue. The hydraulic control units can fail, and that increases the risk of a crash. Now, vehicles being recalled are the 2017 and 2018 model year Dodge Ram 25, 35, 45, and 5500s. On a brighter note, though, dealerships will fix the problem free of charge for you. Notification letters are supposed to be mailed to owners the second week of January. Right now, the U.S. government is requiring testing of the U.S. milk supply for bird flu. You may have heard us talking about this one. Starting on Monday, raw or unpasteurized milk from dairy farms and processors must be tested. This comes after a strain of the virus was detected in U.S. dairy cows. More than 700 herds have now been affected in 12 states. Testing is set to start in California, Colorado, Michigan, Mississippi, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. Well, if you are a fan of the game Fortnite, you may be able to get a refund check. The Federal Trade Commission said this week that people were actually tricked into purchases that they didn't want, and the game maker Epic agreed to pay $520 million to settle some of these complaints. Now, many kids were making these unintended purchases after simply pushing a single button. And people could also be charged for waking the game up from sleep mode. Epic even blocked people from playing who disputed their charges. Nearly 630,000 players can get refunds, and more information is on ksdk.com/money right now. Well, did you see this? You can now buy a new car with the click of a button in St. Louis. Amazon just launched Amazon Auto in St. Louis and 40 other cities in the U.S. Right now, you can buy a brand new Hyundai online and then head to the dealership for pickup. You might be asking, okay, why would anyone want to do this? Well, Amazon says you can get instant valuation for a trade-in, there's transparent and upfront pricing, and you can schedule a pickup time at the dealership. By the way, we should mention last year Hyundais and Kias were stolen more than any other car in the St. Louis metro area. There has been a massive increase in crypto values, and that is having an impact on spending right now. New data shows that spending using cryptocurrencies was actually up more than 60% last month. People used it to buy gift cards, gold, and precious metals, and even used it for charitable giving. And if you might be wondering who's using crypto, it's apparently young men between 18 and 49, though CNBC reports that the Fed and other government agencies don't actually measure crypto wealth. Turning now to the holiday this season. This is, of course, the season of giving. It is important to remember that some use it as an opportunity for taking. Consumer Reports has a warning about Grinches trying to swipe your cash or steal your identity this holiday season.
It's worse than a lump of coal. Kim Harris sent her loved ones two $50 cards. But at checkout, they were told there's a zero balance.
They were like, we're sorry, there's nothing here. So I was embarrassed for her because I was like, oh no, this is terrible.
It's called the drain scam. Last year, 41,632 cases of gift card draining were reported. This resulted in a loss of $217 million. Here's how it works. Crooks go to a store, copy the card number and activation code, then reseal the package. When you load money on the card, it goes to Scrooge.
Yes, it was only $100, but it could have been $500.
Before you buy, inspect the card.
Run your finger over the card. Does it look like a sticker has been put over the barcode? Does it look like the package was opened and then maybe glued back together?
Buy gift cards from behind the counter or buy a virtual gift card. And if you receive a gift card, use it ASAP. Attention online shoppers. As you scroll through social media, some deals might seem too good to be true.
Passive scrolling is the biggest way that people lose money on social media. Take the name of the website and into any search engine or into bbb.org and type in the word fraud, scam, or review and see what people are saying about it off of the social media site.
Watch out for this delivery text scam. It looks like the post office is saying there's a problem with your upcoming delivery. Don't click that link. Swindlers hope you'll plug in your credit card information. You can get tracking notifications, but you must first sign up. Finally, it's the season to give, but make sure you're donating to a real charity. You can check Charity Navigator or give.org to confirm the charity you choose is making the best use of your money.
And if you decide to donate to a charity or a cause on a crowdfunding page like maybe Facebook or GoFundMe, just make sure you know the person in charge of all those donations. Also be aware that many websites take a small % of your donation as well. Well, holiday shopping is expected to reach record levels this year, but experts say a growing share of those purchases will actually be sent back. According to the National Retail Federation, 17% of all sales are expected to be returned, costing companies roughly $890 billion. That is actually up from a return rate of 15% last year. That number is going up because of online shopping. Nearly 2/3 of customers buy multiple sizes or colors of an item and send back the ones that they don't like. Return management system Optoro reports nearly 70% of shoppers admit to wardrobing or buying an item for a specific event and then returning it later. Right now, we want to tell you more about an effort from Kirkwood firefighters to brighten up the holidays for kids in need. Our Travis Cummings reports on the effort to help out local kids.
You want the pictures with the toys in?
Lots of presents on deck.
There you go.
And a chance to take a pic with Old St. Nick. Firefighters in Kirkwood are coming to the rescue in a different way this holiday season.
I think it just represents that they're a family base. They want to give back to people in need.
Josh Newberry just started with the department 3 months ago.
We just wanted to get out here and meet everybody, and we were able to bring the sons out and meet Santa and give back to people in need.
An event like Toys for Tots lets Newberry know he's right at home.
I like to think that I'm working for a department that's going to give back to the community and beyond that. We try and do that in our free time just as a family. So now to work for somewhere that's going to kind of share those same values and beliefs, it's nice.
Since November, donations have built up at this station. The toys are going to children whose parents cannot afford to buy them for Christmas through the Toys for Tots program, founded in 1947.
And it's grown over the past 10 or 11 years. So now we have, I think last year we had something like 23 or 26 actual boxes of toys, and we're on track to probably beat that this year. As first responders, we look for ways to give back to the community other than just, when someone calls us in their worst day. And so this is just one way we can help give back, not just to Kirkwood, but through the St. Louis area.
For these responders,
What's your puppy's name?
it's another way to put their neighbors first.
You see guys that are on duty, you see guys who are off duty, coming in just to interact with the public and just enjoy the holiday spirit.
So next year, put it on a calendar. It's a great way to give back.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Saving for college can seem daunting, but as parents and caregivers, there's really never enough planning that you can do. So joining us is Jeff Sachs of Sachs Financial to give us some tips. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Okay, so can you give us some just general tips for saving for college?
Yes, start early is number one. Always make sure that you're budgeting correctly. It can be, like you said, daunting when you start, but if you start early enough, you'll be able to just work that into your monthly budget. Don't forget about some financial aid options and make sure that your money is set appropriately for that. Get your rest of your family involved. Sometimes grandparents want to give some money to help with contributions, like to a 529 plan.
Okay, I was going to ask, 529 plan's one way to save. What are some general ways to save?
So 529 is great. There are some limitations because it's geared just for education. Another great way to save is a Roth IRA for you individually, because you can then gift that money out. Regular savings accounts and CDs are good, and there are some other life insurance options if we've exhausted everything else.
Okay, do you have a favorite?
I like a 529 to get started, mostly because in the state of Missouri, if you contribute to the 529 in Missouri, you get a tax cut, a little bit of a tax break on your Missouri taxes. So that's really nice.
I was going to, okay, not to put you on the spot, but can you shop around for 529s?
You can. You can go to any state that you want. You can pick whichever one. You can try and game the system a little bit. But in reality, they all kind of perform about the same. And if you're going to do it, you might as well get some state taxes.
Okay, and that was the next question I had, because what are some of the ways that we can maximize the tax benefits?
That would be really the only way is contributing to when it comes to college savings, the only way is to contribute to the 529.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. And then something that you always say is that you really want to balance your savings. So, while you're saving for college, don't forget that you need to save for other things in your life, like retirement maybe.
I always tell my clients the same thing, which is as much as it hurts to hear this, your kids can get a loan for college, but you can't get a loan for your retirement. So make sure that you're putting the right amount of money towards their savings as opposed to all of it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I guess we should get started then. Jeff, thank you so much for those great tips.
Absolutely.
I know you've got more tips. You also have 7 pitfalls that we can also learn from as well. And if you want more information, you can just go to saxfinancial.com or on ksdk.com. All right, there is an expanding burger joint right here in Missouri. It's called Small Sliders, and it's currently planning a soft opening next Friday for its first Missouri location in Bridgeton. It's also looking to add stores in St. Peters and Ellisville. For those locations, the restaurant has already applied for zoning. So far, no timeline yet on when those locations will be opening, but I'm sure you're all hungry now. A new survey says most men will choose Chick-fil-A for a budget first date. That is according to datingnews.com, which put out a survey asking which fast food restaurants you are most likely to take a first date to. And the results revealed Chick-fil-A was the clear winner. Of the 3,000 American men surveyed, 16% ranked the family-owned chicken restaurant as their place of choice. All right, and here is a holiday gift idea for the Dunkin' Donuts lover in your life. The donut chain is teaming up with Native on a limited edition line of deodorant, shampoos, and other body care products. There are 4 scents out there: strawberry frosted, vanilla sprinkle, blueberry cobbler, and Boston cream. Well, that's going to do it for our top consumer stories of the week. Thanks so much for joining us for Michelle on the Money. For more stories like these, be sure to join me every day on Today in St. Louis at 6 a.m. In the meantime, we're going to see you again next weekend right here on the 5+ app.